I felt myself responsible for it, and I felt after the whole thing happened, you see, a great deal. I felt a great deal. Until this day, I haven't forgotten it, and I remember it every time I pass by that place. And I first of all, I didn't divulge this to anybody here or the four of us. But then once it so happened, after Baba dropped the body, there was a talk of Baba's humiliation. And I thought, people came and asked me, some of the Westerners. And then I thought that this was also one of the phases of his humiliation to begin with. And immediately it struck me to tell them the story. So I told them this story. And they asked me to show the place. So I took them, I led them to the place. And since then, this has been repeated by people who come in different groups, you see. Those that feel interested, I take them to that spot and show them the spot. As long as the place remains, naturally it will be shown. Otherwise it will just turn into dust, you see. And the spot, of course, will remain. And the incident will always remain in my heart forever. That on our account, he had to take the punishment. That's all. That's the end of the story.
Where did Baba go from there? You walked...
Then what happened? No sooner the whole thing ended, you see, that ordeal passed away. It took about half an hour there. And then Baba told us to prepare to start walking towards Ahmednagar. As we approached Meherazad, you see, because Baba's seclusion hill could be spotted from a very long distance, you see. So as we were approaching towards this side, not Meherazad proper, but towards Meherazad, from a distance he pointed at the seclusion hill. And for the first time we realized that we were heading towards it. And he said, we'll go there and then stop there. Because the two cabins that were on the hill, they were still there. They were built before we started on New Life. The two cabins were there before we started for the New Life. He had sat in seclusion there. The cabins were already there. So Baba pointed at the two cabins that were there. From a very long distance they could be seen. Said that we'll go and rest there. So we walked the distance of 8.5 miles and came to this spot here. And we had nothing to do with the Meherazad people here, you see. We stopped there and stayed there for some time, for some days. And then, all of a sudden, Baba, he started his work there.
The four companions
The four companions were there, yes. And for water, we used to fetch water from nearby well, near the hill. We didn't come to a Meherazad for water or anything of the sort. And then, for food, Baba didn't like us to have any food from Meherazad or anything of the sort. So, I went to Ahmednagar on foot, and then I begged for food from my sister who is now dead. She used to live in the same quarters where the Avatar Meher Baba Trust office is situated at present. My sister's name was Meheru. So Baba told me to go to her and tell her that she should supply us with food once a day only in begging. So she used to send the food every day. And she also supplied us with stock of tea and sugar. And our milk was either condensed milk that she sent, or sometimes she sent fresh milk with the man who brought the food. So we used to prepare our tea like that and stay there. Then all of a sudden one day Baba decided that we should remove the two cabins and make them take them down the hill and fix them in front of Pendu's cabin, Pendu's room there, which was originally Baba's room for resting in the night. So it should be pitched over there, so made into one cabin. The two cabins were put together into one, and Padri was called from Meherabad to fix that, while we dismantled the cabins from the hill there. And there were other laborers employed by Padri who got the things down, you see. We used to send them there. And then the cabin was built here. And Baba started his work. From here, he completed his new Manonash phase in this cabin, one cabin here, down here, which is now used by me as desired by Baba. And when he completed his Manonash work, the night, I remember, the evening, he told me to light a dhuni fire behind the cabin there. Made me dig a pit and then prepare it for fire. And then he made me write down on a slip of paper, I forget what the wordings were, but the gist of it was that all rites, rituals and ceremonies of all the religions in the world are hereby put into fire. And just that means they should go. So then when the fire was lit, Baba was there. Baba himself lit the fire, yes. And then he made me read that out loudly in his presence. He stood there and we, the three of us were there. And then he put that slip of paper into fire. You see, that's signifying that the whole thing should go into fire, flames, that's all. So the rites, rituals and ceremonies were put to flames. The end of it. This is the end of the Manonash phase. After that he prepared to go to the West in 1952.